Hi, everybody, and welcome to Growing Gratitude. It is I, Becca Lori Hector, here, your host for this episode of Growing Gratitude and everyone thereafter. I am in my living room and I am running a little bit late because I took a shower. And as you know, it's an exhausting process. And so, of course, getting up here in time for you guys was, of course, a little bit extra work to do. You see in the top, let's see, for you guys, it's over this shoulder. I guess it's probably right to you guys, but that's my wash right there, that cat. Whoop. This is very hard to do, you guys. Oh, there he is. But he's almost never out, and I just love when he gets out and people get to see him because he was feral when we took him in, and so for him coming out into the world with us is kind of a scary thing, and so when he comes out, he's sort of really in the last few years just kind of given into domestic life, and that's very nice. He's a very handsome boy. Yeah, so I'm sitting in this weird position because normally for gratitude I come to you guys from my spot, right? And I was gonna come to you from my spot, except that today I have to go in and do some work at the coffee shack. I have to go in and serve coffee this afternoon, and I think that's going to be my regular Sunday schedule, is to be there on Sundays. So I decided today to shower before gratitude instead of afterwards and then go there. So I'm showered now, and we'll see how that rolls and see if that's better for me than showering right before I go, if that's too exhausting. I don't know. We'll see. I'm playing with the whole thing. But nonetheless, my hair is soaking wet and I'm still a little bit sweaty because I sweat after every shower, which is one of the reasons that I really dislike showering. Oh, there's another cat. That's my little kitty kit. She's the only domestic short hair that I have, that little calico. So yeah, it's a little bit weird lighting because there's all this brightness and I really didn't have time to kind of set myself. I think maybe I'll spin. Let me see if I spin. Then you'll have to look at my kitchen, but that's okay. Try a little spin here. Is that a little? Oh, that's much better. Still a little blown out, but that's okay. At least you can kind of see me instead of in the shadow. So yeah, that is what I'm up to, you guys. I'm sort of sitting in my kitchen. Nope, it's terrible. It doesn't matter what I do. Anyway, woo. So I'm doing gratitude today, which, as most of you know, who come here regularly for gratitude, you guys know that I do gratitude because I am a really big believer in the fact that if you are grateful for everything in your life, the universe will provide more of that for you. And that being the case, I decided to do my gratitude and I wanted to do it in a way that I could really do it in a like mentorship kind of inspiration type way. And so I have, and I very publicly once a week right here on YouTube talk about the things that I'm grateful for in my life, the little motivations and the big ones that get me through, that kind of keep me going even when I've had a really shitty week. And so for me, the shitty week continues. I want to just say that I am puttering by, as I like to say when I'm down on spoons. That's how I feel. I feel like I've used so many spoons into so many other days that I'm just waking up every day like negative spoons, or just a very small amount of spoons and that kind of thing. So it's been a little rough go. You guys have been following as all of that stuff is unfolded, but it's kind of getting its own rhythm, and that stuff is letting up. And I'm sure that this will come to an end. But the other part of it is that when I say that I'm tired, it's that I'm not just tired. Like, I'm depressed tired. And so there's another level of exhaustion that comes with the whole depression thing, which was what I talked about last week on Being Back Alive. And so, it's not just the fault of the things that I'm doing or not doing or the balance that I'm creating in my life. I now have this added layer of depression right now, the seasonal affective disorder, whatever you want to call it, layered on top of my regular depression. And so it's difficult to, I can't really control all the spoons at this time. And it's not all having to do with the choices I'm making and what else I'm doing with my days, right? So some of it is the ones that just get used because of the depression. So nonetheless, that's where I've sort of been at for the last, I don't know, couple of weeks as I've sort of chatted with you guys. And that continues for me. And I will let you know when it's over, if it is over. But I have a feeling this is the feeling of being a responsible adult and having to continue to do your life while you are having depression and having an episode of like heavy depression, right? I'm just going to feel this way until the depression lifts, unless I decide to stop living my life, which to me is a giant mistake, because if I do that, then I'm just giving into the inertia, and it's going to be that much harder to sort of shake the depression off, right? So no sitting still, but I just have to know that I'm going to feel tired like this for another couple of months. I mean, that's just the reality of it, right? Anywho. So that's my mental state. Like, that's where I'm at. But that doesn't mean that I don't have things that I'm grateful for, that there aren't things that got me through the week this week, that there aren't moments of gratitude, that big gratitude, small gratitude, that even though I'm depressed and tired, and even though I'm not feeling my best, I still make it a point to kind of look for those things. So let me grab my phone and talk about those things, because this week it was about a lot of little things. This week it was about like a rainy, cozy day when I had a day off, and just being able to eat something for lunch that I enjoyed, and just managing to find a movie I've never seen before. Or, I mean, that's where I've been at. I mean, when I talk about grasping for gratitude, that is what I was doing this week. I was just grasping for gratitude everywhere. And they were small gratitudes. I mean, we have those overarching big gratitudes, like for the shape of my life, and having my animals, and having Antonio, and all of those things, and having a home and food on the table and some place to sleep at night, and all of those big gratitudes. But it's certain particular kinds of gratitudes that move us through our week, that sort of keep us going. And so what I want to say is, this week was a week where I needed every single little bit of gratitude that came my way. So I hope you'll enjoy my little tiny tidbits of gratitude that I've had. I know that when your weeks are really shitty, if that's all you've got are these tiny bits, at least you've got those and you haven't let it eclipse you, is what I'm trying to tell myself. So good morning, Bernard. Good morning, Burnett. Hey, Bill. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning for gratitude. And I appreciate that you do it with me. And I appreciate those of you guys who aren't maybe able to make it to the live stream on time, but then instead you share your gratitudes with me in other places. And I love that so much, because knowing that you guys are practicing the gratitude the way that I'm practicing means that, A, not only do we share a bubble, but it means we're keeping each other in alignment. And I think that's so cool. I just love that piece of it. So let's talk about my little things that got me through this week. This week, I would like to to give a little shout out to my spoonie friends. So a lot of you guys know I'm a big believer in spoon theory and all of that stuff. And this week, I had yet another experience with a fellow spoonie, not someone who's autistic. Okay, not someone who is neurodiverse necessarily, right? But someone who is a fellow spoonie, as in has chronic illness and gets it, right? So I had that this week, and I was supposed to have plans with this person, and we keep trying to connect, but because we are both spoonies, there's this wonderful non-guilty, non-shameful thing that happens when you need to reschedule because you just can't do it. You just can't pull yourself through. And I had that like in my face this week. And so shout out to my very good friend and coach, Tasha, who I love very much, who reminded me this week that the reason we surround ourselves with other spoonies is because it's just so much easier to do everything with them. They just get it. And we sort of had this little chit chat about how it's really, once you have an understanding of that you are a spoonie and that your life is going to be decided by where you allot these spoons, it's really hard to make plans with people who don't get it. It gets harder and harder, more complicated. In fact, it uses more spoons to make those plans, and that makes it really even that much more annoying. And so we had this little camaraderie, like it's so much easier when we filled our lives now with other people who are spoonies than to try to keep the non-spoonies in your life. It's like we can't. There's too many areas in which we can't engage that that they don't understand. And so I just want to say shout out to all of my spoonie friends, and that includes all of my zebras out there, all of my friends that are struggling with other chronic illnesses, to people who are neurodivergent and struggling with invisible disabilities, and all of the other spoonies out there. I love filling my calendar with you guys. I just do. And so shout out to you guys for just living life, right? I mean, it's effort to just do that. And so I'm excited to be able to say that I share most of my bubble with other spoonies, and it just makes life easier. So shout out to you spoonies out there. Love you tons. Thank you so much for sharing my bubble with me. And so that was a really good one for me this week. Okay, here's the other one, right? Listen. I am a creature of simple things. I enjoy the pleasures of simple things. I'm not somebody who needs big fancy gifts. I'm not somebody who needs to eat out in fancy restaurants. I'm not somebody who, I'm a simple chick. And I really, simple, small things and simple, small gestures are the things that get me through every day and make me who I am. And so I want to share with you that for a really long time, I've had, okay, back. I live in Colorado, as you guys know, and we have to drink water all the time. I live at almost 9,000 feet, which means that I dehydrate faster than the people down, even in Denver, because I'm up at a higher elevation, and the elevation dehydrates you. Okay, that's pure science. So I live up here, and we have to drink water all the time. It's why you never see somebody from Colorado without a water bottle with them, because we are constantly needing to drink up here or in Denver or whatever in Colorado. So that said, I've had a cup, I have a water bottle for out of the house, but I've had like a little plastic cup with a straw because I drink more when I have a straw than I do when it's an open cup. And I want to make sure that I'm drinking enough water. Well, a couple of weeks ago, my favorite cup, and only you guys will understand, my favorite cup fell on the floor, and it's plastic, and it cracked, and I couldn't use it anymore. So I had to go in search of another cup, which of course wasn't something that could happen quickly, because as someone who is autistic, it needed to be the perfect cup to replace the other cup. And so I went on a search for it. And I want to tell you guys that I was dehydrated for 2 weeks because I didn't have a cup, right? And I was really just struggling because I didn't have, my routine was, and so I was carrying my water bottle around my house. It was very annoying. But I'd like to tell you that the other day I finally found my replacement cup, and I want to share my cup with you that you kind of got a glimpse of before, but this is my cup. This is my new cup. It's glass. So no more yucky plastic taste. This part on the outside is rubber, and it's the perfect color green, right? It's like my favorite. The straw is green, and this little snaggy cup up here, well, half of it's rubber and the other part is bamboo. So it's really, really lightweight, right? And it doesn't go anywhere because it's got rubber on the bottom. I love my new $16 cup. It wasn't a very expensive cup. It was a little bit more than I wanted to spend on a cup. But I do believe this is now my new perfect cup, and I'm very happy with it. And I've been drinking so much more and peeing so much more now that I have my new cup back. And so with gratitude, I share with you my new cup, because it really does make a difference to me. And if I don't stop and say, man, I'm so glad I finally found a new cup so I can drink stuff all day so I'm not feeling so dehydrated, right? I mean, it's all part of the cycle. And when it arrived and it was truly the perfect color green, and it felt good in my hands, and it filled up nicely, and it makes good noise when it fills up with water and everything, I was just like, sit, a happy chick. For the next week, I'm going to ride the happiness of the new cup. And so I'm sharing my joy that comes with my new cup this week, because it really has made my week a little bit better. And it was just a little bit of joy, a little bit of happiness added to my life that I desperately needed this week. So hooray, cup. And then, my last gratitude is that I have finally settled on an F word for 2022, and that I ordered my replacement bracelet, because as you guys know, not a kind of any kind of whatever, like plug or anything, but I get these bracelets that, oh gosh, why can't I remember their names? Whatever, I will remember it and tell you on some other day. But those are the ones that I get. And I get my word on it every year, and then I wear it all year long, and then I save them all together so I can go through my old F words. And isn't that cute? Well, I ordered my new bracelet because my new F word is finally settled for the next year. And my new F word for 2022 is free. I want to be free. I want to be free of living a life under people's judgment. I want to be free of standards that have been placed in my head from other people about what's right and what's wrong in life. I want to be free of all of the things that trap us, the trappings, right? All of the things that cause me social anxiety, that are things that aren't real, that are these made up social niceties or made up constructs that we have live our lives by. But I want to make sure that I'm free of those things, that I'm only living my life by constructs that I've created, right? So no more I have to be one thing and I have to do one kind of job and all of those other little freedoms. I want to have the freedom to flower into whatever flower it is that I end up being. And so this year is going to be a focus on being free, creating freedom, freeing myself self from things that I haven't created for myself, from the other trappings that are kind of throughout my life, because they're here. And this year I saw the repeat of ones that I thought were gone, and so I have work to do. And so we'll see what else free has to teach me this time around, and what being free, truly free, and seeking to be truly free will be like for me. It'll be interesting, and I'm curious to test it out. And so that is my word for 2022. And so until then, I will still be adding fun and flavor to my life, because I've got another month and a half of fun and flavor still left. So I will do my best to do that. And with that, I say, I have decided to add fun into my life and some flavor for you guys, by doing this whole thing with goaling myself on YouTube to 1,000 subscribers. So I am halfway to 1,000 subscribers. I am giving myself till the end of December to get to 1,000 subscribers. What am I going to do to get me there? Well, I'm going to ask you for your help. And that's what I'm doing. I do a lot to put free resources out there for you guys. I do a lot to kind of carry the autism community with me in the best way that I can, and all of that stuff. And in return, I would love it if you would just subscribe to my YouTube channel, or perhaps even if you have already subscribed, share my channel with other people, share the things that I do here in my live streams with other people, and ask them to subscribe, because I want to make sure that I get to 1,000. That is what I'm going to goal myself towards, and that means repeating myself a mazillion times. So for those of you who regularly watch my live stream, get ready, because I'm going to be talking about it a lot. But also, for those of you who regularly watch my live stream, I am going to be doing contests within the next week or so, beginning them in the next week or so, because I have to kind of organize myself. And with that, I'll be giving away signed copies of Spectrum Women, and I will be giving away one-on-one appointments with me. And I will be giving away copies of the recordings of the course, and I will be giving away a seat in the next live run, and all kinds of fun things. Maybe some t-shirts I might be giving away, things like that. So keep your eye on the channel, because I'm going to be running all of the contests from here, from the YouTube channel, in an effort to get everyone to come on over here. So if you know people that would like to participate in the contest, please recommend that they subscribe to my YouTube channel and get on over here, because the only way they're going to get information about those contests is right here on the YouTube channel. So I hope you guys will help me out with this. And if we could really, as a community, grow this YouTube channel to 1,000, I would be forever grateful. I would love to see if we can get it done. So I appreciate your support in doing that. I am working on the November Self-Defined Living Seminar Series. I have not decided on a topic yet, but I'll be announcing that this week as well. So keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, you can, of course, head over to BeccaLaurie.com. That's LORY.com. And that is my website. You can use the contact page on my website to contact me directly. Or while you're there, you can check out all of the past Self-Defined Living Seminar series. You can check out the course, my Redbubble store, the Ko-Fi, and of course, my free newsletter, Monthly Musings. You can also email me directly at info@BeccaLaurie.com. And then, of course, you can comment wherever you're seeing this video. My cup and I would like to say have a very amazing Sunday, and do your very best to enjoy what's left of it. Make sure you get out there and you do your gratitudes. Make sure you go into the middle of the woods somewhere and shout it at the trees, or take a shower and say, tell it to your shampoo. I don't care. Do it in a journal, do it on YouTube, do it wherever you want to do it. But make sure you take a few moments to be grateful for the things that motivated you through your week this week, in hopes that more will grow in its place. And so I say to you guys, take the rest of your Sunday, do your gratitude, then get out there and seek some joy, create joy, share joy, all the joys. And I will see you guys on Wednesday with the next Being Back Alive. And of course, I'll be back next Sunday for the next Growing Gratitude. Bye, you guys. Have a good one.